The first adjustment you'll want to make when tuning the new R11 driver is to determine what loft or launch angle gives you the most distance. We know that loft controls both the launch angle and the backspin on the ball. Start by hitting a few shots with your R11, just the way it came when you bought it. After a few shots, you can decide if you want the ball to launch higher or lower. You can increase or decrease the loft of the driver in half-degree increments by rotating the sleeve. Start by unscrewing the sleeve here with a wrench that came with the R11. When you feel it loose, pull the head off the sleeve and rotate it to the desired position easily marked. Just line up the markings on the sleeve with the markings on the head. Push the sleeve into the head and then tightening down the screw all the way until you hear a distinct click, just like this. Make sure to try different settings. Once you find the launch angle that produces the most distance, lock it in. The second adjustment you'll want to make when tuning the new R11 driver is the face angle. Now that you have the loft set, the driver may not look the way you want it to look. Our newest technology, the adjustable sole plate, will give you a more open, closed, or neutral look at a dress. We know that confidence in a dress is critically important, but with the ability to adjust the face angle, you now have greater control over the performance of the driver. One of the limitations of any hosel-only adjustment system is you cannot separate face angle from loft. They're linked. With R11, now you can. To adjust the face angle, unscrew the adjustable sole plate with the same wrench provided with the golf club. You can see the sole plate comes out naturally, and then it can be rotated to any desired position. You want to line up your desired position with the arrow on the back of the head, and then simply retighten until you hear the distinct click. If you're not sure what look you prefer, then try them all. There's no wrong setting here. The more you like the look of the driver, the more confidence you'll have over the ball. Confidence creates more distance. The third adjustment you want to make when tuning the new R11 driver is the flight path, or left and right trajectory. Now that you have the ideal launch angle and face angle, what flight path will give you the most distance? With Movable Weight Technology, you can adjust the left to right ball flight by moving the weights. If you want the ball to draw more, then put the heavy weight in the heel and the lighter weight in the toe. If you want a more neutral flight, then just do the opposite. Heavier weight in the toe and lighter weight in the heel. And remember to tighten both weights down until you hear the distinct click from the wrench. You may find that the weights are already in the position you like. That's fine, then you won't need to adjust a thing. But remember, the more you experiment and move the weights, the more distance you'll find, and the more the driver will be tuned to you.
When a surface is painted white, it reflects almost 100% of the light to your eyes. And when it's painted black, it barely reflects 10% of it. This is the definition of color. White reflects, black absorbs. As a result, we see a club painted white better than a club painted black. When more light comes to our eyes, we see more accurately, more crisply. This is the same as when we take a picture of people, for example. They look fuzzy in low lighting conditions, and they look sharp and precise with plenty of light. A white painted crown looks sharp and precise because the amount of information sent to our eyes translates into rich information sent to our brain. When we see better, we spend less energy to gather information, and we free up our thinking process to properly align the club toward the target. So the first benefit is we see a white painted club better, and it helps us set it up better. Any painted surface reflects light in two different ways. The first is the amount of light reflected depending on the color. White reflects a lot, while black doesn't it absorbs light. The second is the mirror reflection and takes the form of an intense local spot. Hot spots are reflections of direct sunlight from the top of the club into the eyes and are very noticeable on a black glossy surface. On a white matte finish club head, hot spots virtually disappear. At address, when a golfer sets his club on a consistent white surface without being distracted by the hot spots, he focuses more on the club head and the overall alignment system. The more our eyes can focus on the task at hand without having to compete with the distractions of reflections or hot spot, the more confident we'll be over the ball. Less distraction, more attention and concentration. When you put a surface that reflects a lot of light next to a surface that reflects very little light, you maximize contrast. When a large area of the crown facing your eyes is white, plenty of light comes out of it. So a white crown next to a black face creates a strong contrast, a very precise edge, the top line, and it's much easier to aim than with a black crown next to a black or silver face. This accurate top line makes it very easy to see the club face angle and therefore align the club head to the target. At 145 miles per hour, every 2 degrees of misalignment of the top line results in the ball landing 24 yards off target. Better alignment results in greater confidence when you're over the ball, results in better direction control, turning into more accuracy and more distance. A white club head appears larger compared to a black club head of the same size because the white head and its border overpower the darker sides. So drivers, fairway woods and rescues actually look bigger when they are white as opposed to when they're black. In golf, the larger a club head appears, especially metalwoods, the more confidence you'll have over the ball. This promotes faster swing speeds and leads to more distance.